Welcome to Music Matters on KMKR, LP 99.9 FM, where music brings community together. And now your host, Tyler Woods.
Hi, this is Tyler Woods, and you're listening to KMKR LP 99.9 FM Tucson. And guess what? Music matters. And today in the studio, I am sitting with probably one of my favoriteest people in the whole wide world I've ever played with, Bryce Rogers. Hi, Bryce.
Hey there, Tyler.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Oh, I love playing in Zen Salad with you because our age difference is like 40 some odd years. And yet we brought in our own unique style together and made it. I now think in that year, how many gigs do you think we did? We were all exhausted.
Yeah, I was actually adding up some of those numbers, and we played over 60 gigs in Tucson together this last year.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of gigs. So, well, here, let's give each other a thingy with a high five. Thanks for joining us. It's good to see you in here. So tell me, what are you up to? You went to Alaska. Yes. And you did some touring, and then you came back, and what's going on?
Well, currently I'm working on my new album called I'm Okay, I'll Be Okay.
I see your t-shirt says that.
That it does. I got the merch all together. Mm-hmm. It comes from my first set of tattoos and the first positive affirmation that I really took on in my life when I was at I guess you could say, my rock bottom. So this album, the songs on it and that affirmation really mean a lot to me. It's all about, personal growth and mental health and healing. So,
Bryce, how old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
You're 22 years old, and you have the oldest soul I know in the whole wide world. I've always told you that. So I think somebody at 22 who has the attitude of Bryce about music is just, you're destined for good places.
Oh, well, thank you. I think that really the biggest contributor is hanging around amazing musicians that have that joy and that passion for music, and I just latch on to that. So it's due to you too, Tyler. Thank you.
Oh, stop. Hey, so tell me what's going on besides you got an album. You were just telling me before the microphone went on that you do a lot of videos on YouTube and that you're getting ready to hit what?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close to my 100 video mark on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, it sure is exciting. I do primarily live acoustic videos of my original music and some covers. I also do some more community-type videos just talking about why you should get out and play music.
Yes.
What you should consider when you're recording music and writing. And so, yeah, 100 videos. I'm stoked.
You should be. Congratulations. When we talked earlier last year, you were talking something about music is medicine. Would you talk about that for a few minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, music is always manifested in my life as my best form of communication. So often we're trying to figure out what's going on and what we're dealing with, and in our heartache, that can be really tough. And so music has always been that amazing influence in my life. It's allowed me to grow and heal, not just with other people's music, but in writing. This album, all the songs on I'm Okay, I'll Be Okay, I wrote between the ages of 15 and 19 years old. So now as I kind of polish them and record them and put them together for this album, I am learning so much about myself. It's crazy how, going through these lyrics, I'm still healing and I'm still growing. It's a beautiful process, and creating of all types can do that, but for me, music has been my medicine.
And why do you think that is? What does music have to do? And when you say music is my medicine, what do you mean by that? Is it your healer?
Music has always been a very spiritual thing for me. It's kind of like my connection with spirituality and like I said, growing and kind of, I would say, healing in a sense. I'm able to process my emotions, process pains, things from the past, where I want to be, who I want to become, and put that into music. I've also found it to be just incredible with communication with the world around you. So often we feel kind of out of place, like we're not in touch with folks around us, but music, it brings communication wherever you're at. There's been some amazing studies the last couple of years about our brain waves and communication, how we connect with other people. Well, they did this amazing study where they were watching people's brains as they played music together. And it's beautiful to see how our brain waves literally sync up. They're at the same vibration as we play music together. It's a beautiful thing.
Let's sync up some brain waves right now. Let's play a song of yours. What would you like us to listen to? What's the first song you want us to hear?
Oh, I'm going to have to say Coffee and Bailey's.
The song Coffee and Bailey's from your EP, Coffee and Bailey's.
Yeah.
Okay. You're listening to KMKR, LP, 99.9 FM, and this is Bryce Rogers from his CD, Coffee at Bailey's, and this song is entitled Coffee at Bailey's.
Coffee is bitter, Bailey's is sweet. When I am cold, you warm me. Cockroaches scurry around my feet. The sirens they sing from down the street. The cat got outside. The dog's in my bed. I'll just keep chasing these dreams in my head. I laid down my Bible, not because of what I read. It was the hate and the ignorance of what I've heard said in the name of God. Where do you get off? And how do I get off this crazy train? I think that we were lost the moment that we thought we could judge a light. I think that we were lost the moment that we thought we could judge a love. I think that we were lost train. I think that we were lost the moment that we thought we could judge a life. I think that we were lost the moment that we thought we could judge a love. I think that we were lost the moment that we thought we could judge. I think that we were lost the moment that we thought we could judge a life. I think that we were lost the moment that we thought we could judge a love. I think that we were lost the moment that we thought we could judge. The coffee is bitter.
How'd you get that title? Tell me about it.
Well, Coffee and Bailey's kind of comes from just this idea. I was playing with the line that, alcohol isn't very sweet, but when coffee is bitter, Bailey's as a creamer is sweet.
I'm sitting here holding my coffee cup up to Bryce's.
Yeah,
and
glasses
you got
high.
your coffee. Yeah, we're cheering our coffee cups.
No Bailey's in there today. Not usually, actually, but it's more of that concept because the song it's bittersweet. It talks about my personal growth and my spirituality, coming to terms with where I'm at in life, and for me that was very bittersweet. So I thought that title was very suiting.
Yeah, and I love the song.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Bryce, what are you doing now? I mean, I know we've talked a little bit. You got something in your hand. What you got in your hand?
I've got my notes. I got my journal.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything you want to talk about in particular to let people know a little bit more of who is Bryce Rogers? What are you doing? I know you. Like I said, I played with Zen Salad with you, and what was his name now? Daniel Least, now known as
Day Caden.
Day Caden, and I love that name, and we'll be getting Day in here real soon because he is with Love Punk Records, and is he helping you produce some of your stuff?
Yeah, I'm actually apprenticing with Day right now. He's a wonderful producer, engineer, musician, and we're working on this new album together, and he's actually teaching me how to do some of it on my own, too, which has been a wonderful process.
Yeah, and I got to get him in my studio because I just got a new soundboard that's a USB, but I can't get it to work with my recording equipment, so who's going to call? Day Caden.
Absolutely.
Anyhow, hi Day, and we're going to get you in here, honey. So, is he a good producer to work with?
Oh yeah, Day is very, very excellent, and probably the best part is you get a lot of time to talk, or we have gotten a lot of time to talk and work through songs and lyrics, and it adds to that healing element for me because it's not just cut and dry. Okay, record and we're done. It's let's talk about it. Let's figure out what that means, and it's right down my alley. I love that.
Exactly. That's what I loved about playing with you and Day and Leslie was it was music, but we also talked a lot about the process and what we were doing, and I think that's important. I play in a few bands where we practice, we don't share a lot, and then we just go and perform, and I like that personal connection you make with some of the musicians. It's kind of fun. I love my bands though, so no complaints. Tell me what's on the plate. You're going to make more videos, you said.
Yeah, 2019, I'm really trying to get a lot of outreach. I'd like to be heard by as many people as possible. So as I record this new album, I'm taking time to release a song almost every month, an official song, up on iTunes and Spotify. But more than that, I'm releasing several videos on YouTube, live acoustic stuff, things where you can really see the nitty-gritty, get personal with the songs every month, a couple times if I can, because I really want to share the process and how I'm doing everything with people.
I don't think people understand how important YouTube is, and that for a show I did a few weeks ago, I was doing some research on YouTube, and that it is the #1 streaming thing of anything. It is the #1 streaming program.
Yeah, still beats out Spotify.
It beats out everything by a couple million hits a day. So I think if you are a musician and you want to get out there, more so than Spotify, more so than Bandcamp, more so than iTunes, get yourself on YouTube, start a YouTube station, and get yourself heard. Good advice?
Oh, yeah. And YouTube, it offers a lot. I said I was excited about my 100th video, and the reason why is because it's a rumor, and I think it's very true, that YouTube starts boosting your page a lot more as you reach that 100 video mark. So I think the key is to be, consistent.
Diligent.
Yes, definitely. It makes a big difference. Don't start and stop. Don't give up. Just keep doing it. That's what you love.
Right, and I think it's about discipline. A lot of musicians want to cut through all the middle ground and just get out there. But I love that you've stopped performing, you stopped hosting open mics, and you're not in the public eye as much anymore because...
Because I'm working on this, because I'm trying to do the social media and have something online that has longevity for people to follow and see. And although I've loved doing live performances, in the last couple years, I've done a lot in Tucson, a lot of community shows with Zen Salad. I've done the open mics for a little over 2 years.
At Cactus, right?
Yeah, at the Frozen Cactus.
The Frozen Cactus.
Before that, at House of Bards.
House of Bards, one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was a great experience. And I really only took a step back to focus on this album and getting that outreach. Still love those community events, and I still plan to attend.
Good. So, Bryce, let's do another song real quick. Tell me, what are we going to hear next?
I'm thinking Singing by Our Graves.
Ooh, that's a good one. I listen to your music a lot. You're on my playlist. So this is Bryce Rogers. Which CD is this from?
This is from Heart-Shaped Stone.
Heart-Shaped Stone, which is probably my favorite CD of Bryce's. And this is Singing by Our Graves.
That it is.
All right. We'll be right back. I'll see you on the other side of this song.
It's late, day goes by, and I'm still contemplating. It's dark, but I'm not too cold to hold your hand. How can we see with the TV on what's going right and what's going wrong? How can I speak with my mind in space? I'll try to live in this present place. here we are, singing by our graves, lifting up our hearts, everything is safe. And here we are, dancing on our graves, showing my respect before it's too late. And here we are, and here we are, and here we are, and here we are. Alive is how I like to spend my mornings. Surprised how much grace there is to give. How can we see with the TV on what's going right and which way is wrong? How can we speak with our minds in space? I'll try to live in this present place. And here we are, singing by our graves, lifting up our hearts, everything is safe. And here we are, dancing on our graves, showing my respect before it's too late. And here we are, and here we are, and here we are, and here we are. And here we are, singing by our graves, lifting up our hearts, everything is safe. And here we are, dancing on our graves, showing our respect before it's too late. And here we are, and here we are, and here we alive is how I like to spend my mornings. is the price? How much grace there is to give?
I want to talk more because you talked about music as medicine. Talk to me about why you needed medicine and how music probably saved your life.
Well, in my teenage years, I didn't know at first, but oops, sorry, a little louder. In my teens, I started to go through a really hard time with life, and I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and so, I did the normal process for that. I went to see a doctor and got on medication and did all the routine things. Mm-hmm. And it didn't work for me.
Yeah, routine doesn't work always.
When it does, that's fantastic, and I wish people the best, but for me, it didn't. It made things actually a lot worse.
Yeah. Well, they put you on meds.
Yeah.
So I bet your depression increased and your suicide ideology increased?
Yeah, I kind of went off the deep end, so to speak.
Yeah.
So when I got through that, when I got to the other side, I read this amazing book called The Reason by the lead singer of Flyleaf. And she talked about how music is her reason for existing. That's what she wants to do with her life. And I resonated with that so much. Music is all I think about. It's what I breathe. It's what it consumes me. So in that writing, I really decided to buckle down. And in that year, which I think that was 2016, I wrote about 35 songs.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't keep them all,
but you wrote them.
Yes. And this album, I'm Okay, I'll Be Okay, contains 15 songs from those
Wow,
years.
that's a big album. Is that going to be a double album?
No, it's just going to be full length. It's getting pretty close, though. It is a lot of songs. I wanted to capture that story, that growth, because some of the songs are positive and uplifting, about seeing a brighter tomorrow. But some of the songs really resonate with what I was feeling at the time. Hopeless. I felt like there wasn't a tomorrow, and I was holding on to a lot of attachment, a lot of pain, relationships. So there's songs on there that talk about figuring out what love is, what love isn't, and really just finding myself. And like I said before, it's amazing. As I go through these songs now, I didn't realize I was writing them to me. In essence, a lot of these lyrics resonate with me right now, and I'm still learning and still growing from years ago.
I'm looking at your shirt. It says, "I'm okay, I'll be okay." Did you ever hear the book, "I'm Okay, You're Okay"?
I've heard of it. I haven't read it.
Yeah, it's an old book, but I really like the concept of "I'm okay, you're okay." But I like better, "I'm okay, I'll be okay," because I think that says a lot, and I think that's what I like about your writing as a songwriter, that you're brave enough to say what needs to be heard. You're very young in the field, though I believe you were reincarnated, possibly John Lennon, for all I know. I just know that you're so very friggin' talented.
Thank you.
So tell me, if you have a message to give to young people your age about music in Tucson, what would you tell them?
Wow.
Right. I like to challenge people in here.
It's a great question.
It is.
I think that if I had something to tell myself when I was 15 years old and I was going through all those struggles and getting into music, is just to keep at it, to not stop, because there's a lot of friction in life, obstacles, things we must climb. But whether you want to play music because it makes you feel good, it's your hobby, it's just your pastime, or whether you want to be a freaking rock star and travel the world, you just have to keep doing it, because the most important part is that you love it. Music is a wonderful outlet for giving your truths, for getting in communication with other people, like those bands and that community. So go out there and find that community and share your story, and don't be afraid about it, because the lyrics that are the most important, the words that need to be said, are going to scare you. They are. They're not going to feel comfortable, but that's why we write. That's why we create, to get outside of our comfort. So
good. And you know, something I always tell young musicians is don't surrender and don't give up. Tucson, and I say this every show, and I will always say it, find a way to work this into every show, is we are number 7 in the nation for the best local music. And the competition is hard. There's a lot of clicks. There's a lot of who you know. There's a lot of, you know, I'm better than you. There's just a lot of things. And I always tell people, don't surrender, because there's always a place for you in music. Because if you can get up, you can write a song, and you have the courage to play, you have the courage to continue.
yeah, I remember when I was first in Tucson a couple years ago, trying to find, you know, my scene, places to play. I met you, Tyler, and that opened up a whole world for me, not only just in the scene and the community, but there was all these songs that I wanted to play, had never played, couldn't do, but then as soon as we started jamming together, it was like, we should do this song, and it all fell into place, and that's really what it's like. You hit those obstacles, that friction, but if you just keep going, then the doors open.
The doors open, and someone or something comes through, and there you are. So never give up.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't give up, Bryce, because you are an incredible artist. And so should we be looking for, one other thing, technology. Tell me, because most of the people I interview are old farts like me. And so tell me, I hope I can say that, but tell me what you think about technology. Because some of the older people, and they're like, I'm all about the technology. We're sitting here in a 24-track recording studio that's just on a computer that cost me $100. So what do you think about technology?
Well, first, let me say that I'm the first person to say I'm a caveman. You know, I've come a long way with technology, so for people that I talk to, they're like, I don't know if I could do that with the cell phone and getting on social media or trying to record something on my own. Phooey, you can do it. It's totally possible, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm blonde, I'm a caveman, but I'm getting it done. And technology nowadays is so versatile. You can record on your own.
There's a ton of free programs on the internet. Audacity is one of them.
Yeah, and you know, for example, these YouTube videos that I'm doing, you know, I've just got a field recorder, and I go out with a microphone and a little. You'll see in every video, I got this very fluffy wind deflector that I pop on my microphone, and it sounds like studio quality when you're done mixing that and getting it all done. It's beautiful how something so simple can sound so good. In fact, sometimes I have to tweak it back so that it doesn't sound so perfect, because you're outdoors, you know, you want to have that live effect.
Yeah, I've got the Tascam one, the field recorder, and sometimes it's better than, you can pick them up for under $100 now. So
yeah,
it's not out of your reach, the technology, and I think it's taking us out of albums and CDs and going more into streaming, where, you know, you don't make a lot of money streaming, of course. You make far less, but, you know, I don't even have a CD player anymore. You know?
A lot of people don't.
I know. It's like what? Maybe in my car, but I do have a laptop with a CD player in it, so I can burn it, turn it into MP3s, and then put them on my computer so I can listen. So technology in that aspect has really changed. Do you think it's hindering us at all?
You know, I don't think so. I had that question. I did. Actually, when I started doing college classes, I wrote a big report on the worth of a modern bard, is what I called it, being a modern-day musician, trying to earn an income and a living doing that. And my initial thought was that technology is hindering us. But by the time I got done reading everything, I realized that technology has just opened more doors, more opportunities.
It really has. I mean, take Bandcamp, for instance. I mean, you can record your own CD, produce it, stick it on Bandcamp, get your CDs printed out. Bandcamp will stick it on all these venues for you, and you have to do a lot less with modern technology.
Yeah.
And that allows you to focus on the artist part of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. It sure does. And it's really cool with some of the technology you have. You can reach out to the audiences that like the same music you do. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, with YouTube, the YouTube ads, mm-hmm. You can actually target audiences of the bands that you listen to if you play similar music. Mm-hmm. So you could put together a video that says, for fans of,
yeah,
and then you can target those groups so your song will play before your favorite musician's song on YouTube.
I'll have to have you back in a couple months, and we'll give our audience a little lesson in YouTube etiquette and how they can utilize YouTube, because you sound like you're a real expert, and I think people would love to hear about that. So will you come back?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Love to.
Anything else you want to add, Bryce, about the music scene in Tucson? I know you live in Rio Rico. They don't have a very big music scene, do they? I think they have, 4 restaurants there? Maybe 3?
Yeah, I drive up to Tucson a couple times a week for the music.
Sure.
And, I love it. Tucson has a wonderful community of musicians.
Packed.
Yeah, it's got a lot of opportunities, and the more you play with people, the more you grow, the more you learn, the more connections you have. And in Tucson, the possibilities are endless.
They really are, and I want to say a special thanks for doing the open mics. You did it at House of Arts, you did it at Frozen Cactus, and you gave a lot of musicians the opportunity, and now's the time for me to plug open mics. I think if you're a musician and you want to get out there, the best way to get going is to go to your local open mic, go to as many open mics as you can, and with that said, I really want to shoot out to musicians. It is wrong, very wrong, to go to an open mic, play your stuff, and leave. Because you want people to hear your music. You don't get up and leave. And the one thing that discourages me about open mics is musicians will go up there, they expect people to stay and listen to them, then they pack their guitar up and leave. And it's just not, courteous musicianship, and it's not really professional.
Yeah, you're missing the meat and potatoes of open mics if you do that, because the connection is the most important part. Open mics, you play a couple songs, and you really get into the flow, and then you get off. And so if you're just leaving, if you're not experiencing everybody else that is there and creating that community, you're missing out. That's
how I met you.
Yeah.
I met you at the House of Bards open mic,
mm-hmm.
and me and a friend went there and we played, and I asked for your number, and I was going to have you play at one of our concerts that we do here at the Pit. We never did do that concert, but I called you one day and said, you want to jam? And you came over, and the rest was history. We made a good band, and we made wonderful friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And we help each other with connections throughout town, and your knowledge is very informative. So I do believe that part of open mics is the bread and butter of open mics is who you meet if you stick around long enough. Tuck the ego aside and just stick it out. Whether you like the music or not, that person may have a vast amount of knowledge for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, Bryce, we're going to get ready to call it a day. Would you tell me what we're going to listen to?
Yes. This is a new one. This is actually the next release, the second single off of I'm Okay, I'll Be Okay, mm-hmm. called Painted Angel. And it's a beautiful song.
What is it about?
Well, when I originally wrote it, it was about this woman, this painted angel that I didn't think I would ever find. It was kind of like a hopeless romantic song.
How's Kat?
She's good. She's good. This song has kind of grown more into talking about real love and heartache and how life goes on. So it means a whole lot to me.
All right. Hey, I want to thank you guys for listening to Bryce, and I kid you not, we'll get him back here in like 6 or 8 weeks to talk about YouTube because it happens to be one of my topics, and Bryce seems to be a real expert on that. If you have a chance to see Bryce or to go on to, tell me a few places where people can find you on the internet.
Yeah, I'm actually all over. I prefer Spotify and YouTube, but you can find my music wherever you like to listen, just under Bryce J. Rogers.
Okay. And do you have a webpage, Bryce?
I do. It's just my name.com.
Which is what?
BryceJRogers.com.
BryceJRogers.com. And you can follow Bryce there. And if you haven't seen Bryce or heard Bryce, I am telling you, do not walk, run, and run as fast as you can to any of the platforms that he plays. And I'm going to leave you with the song by Bryce J. Rogers, Painted Angels. And I will be right back.
You're brilliant, wonderful, everything I've ever wanted. Just so you know, if you want my heart, you've already got it. Don't know when I'll see you again. The painted angel stuck inside my head. I say I'm okay, but I've had my doubts. I hope that you'll stay here with me now. I don't know when I'll see you again. The painted angel stuck inside my head. I packed my bags here, I'll wait for you to come to take me away. I wrote this down with little faith that I would ever say your name out loud. I say I'm okay, but I have my doubts. I say I'm okay. I hope that you'll stay.